Folks, we are here. We have arrived. The Buffalo Bills, veterans, rookies, the whole nine, have began to report to training camp. I can only imagine we are just minutes away from getting the first images of crowd favorites walking into St. John Fisher. Of course, snapshotting pictures of what their dormitory looks like. And it's here, guys. In less than 24 hours, we are all going to be sitting and watching like hawks, not only with the various press conferences, but also all of the video clips that come out of practice tomorrow, some of the reports. Let's knock on wood and hope that we don't hear about any injuries. But lo and behold, patience is a virtue, and we have all been rewarded. I am so happy. It's that time of year. All NFL teams are reporting to camp today, final two tomorrow. But here we are, and I am in such a great mood. If you guys are new here, my name is Dan Mitchell. I am an NFL/Buffalo Bills content creator. I put out content about the Buffalo Bills and the NFL each and every single day, twice a day, Monday through Friday. So do me a favor. If that is your cup of tea, please do me a solid and hit that thumbs up sign. I think that we could very easily surpass 200 to 250 live viewers today, as long as everybody in here does their part and hit that thumbs up sign. And also make sure that when you subscribe, you turn on bell notifications so you never miss an episode. All right, guys, as you know, I am nosy, so I want to know how far Bills Mafia truly extends. So after you hit that thumbs up sign, introduce yourself in the chat. Let me know where you are tuning in from and what team you're representing. I could only imagine vast majority of you are Bills fans, but don't worry. I have a couple of NFL topics that I would like to discuss today because, man, we are going to start to hear about some holdouts, right? This morning, we ended up hearing that Trey Hendrickson ultimately ended up becoming an official holdout at the Cincinnati Bengals camp. We will get into that sort of topic a tad later, I promise you. But so much to discuss. Hit that like button and introduce yourself in the chat, man, because whoa, I am on a different level. Folks, I'm going to have to give a giant shout out to one of our proud sponsors today, and that just so happens to be William Mattar. Folks, if you are ever hurt in a car, you better call William Mattar, #1 car accident attorney in the state of New York. I wouldn't wish a car accident on anybody, but if that does happen to you, it's imperative to have the appropriate representation and look no further than the best in the game. Shout out William Mattar, man. It has been a pleasure working with you all season long, and I look forward to continuing to work with you for the Super Bowl run that we are about to witness in Orchard Dam Park. Folks, let's get to this roll call, man. Where is everybody tuning in from? Jacksonville, North Carolina, Mike Green, Semper Fi, man. So my brother was a Marine, and I definitely appreciate all of the men and women in the armed forces, man. Shout out to the military. Nunda, New York, what is up, Berserkers B Farm? How you doing today? Trade Epinesa for him. Absolutely insane. From Morgantown, West Virginia, let's go. Buffalo Menace Chucks, what's going on? The same town as WVU. I can appreciate that. We have Angela, Arkansas. Go Bills. What is going on, Angela? Hope all is well. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good morning, everyone, as Christopher rolls in. Granville, New York. Moat cows than people here. More cows than people here. Bills fans since 1976. Go Bills. Charles, how you doing? London, UK is in the chat. Buffalo, snowy. It's been a while. We have Virginia in the chat. South Florida, California, Oregon, Massachusetts. Oh, my God. New Hampshire. We have New York. South Jersey is in the chat. Washington, D.C. We have Hamburg, New York. Jerry, I hope all is going well with you. Rochester, New York. New Jersey. Planet Fitness, Tonawanda, New York. Listen, man, you get your workout in this morning. I got mine in a bit earlier. Detroit, Tommy, I had no idea that you lived in Detroit, man. That is absolutely awesome. Have Wilmington, North Carolina. Love Wilmington. El Paso, Texas. Chicago, South Carolina. Hartford, Connecticut. Please visit. We will take care of you. Go Bills. South Buffalo have Chattanooga in the chat. Chattown and Detroit, Michigan just got here. Any news? All right, guys, listen. So yesterday we ended up having Zach Sheldon on. He was the owner of Trainwreck Sports, and he broke all of our hearts when he said that he was hearing that the Buffalo Bills were not going to be implementing the red helmet in 2025. And from what he heard, he understood that we would be launching a white helmet with a silver logo. Well, many of us, whether or not that we want to call it denial or whether or not that we are holding on to hope, the Buffalo Bills are announcing their alternate helmet today. And keep in mind, because Buffalo ultimately ended up saying, or I'd say sort of announcing, that we will have a Nike Rivalries edition, which is going to be a play from the city. Think about what the NBA does. Think about what Major League Baseball does. Like, I think the best example was the Boston Red Sox with their yellow and their blue jerseys. But then they're also adding an alternate helmet. These two are completely separate. Well, I'll tell you what, another Easter egg that has just been dropped, okay? The COO of the Buffalo Bills and the Buffalo Sabres, Pete Guili, and I'm sorry if I completely butchered the pronunciation of his last name, he posted a picture of him moving into the dormitory at St. John Fisher just a couple of minutes ago at 8:41 a.m. And I want you to take a gander real fast at what specifically is in his suitcase, folks. Of course, he has his nice little laptop, a couple of Bills hats, some Bills shirts, some Bills sweatshirts. Who wouldn't? It is indeed training camp. It's time to get that spirit at an all-time high. But peep this right here, folks. We are looking at a red Buffalo Bills helmet in his suitcase. Is this an Easter egg, folks? Based off of the report yesterday, all of our hearts were ripped out of our chests. But what if this was a smoke screen? What if the red helmet is coming back? The good news is that we will hear in just a couple, I'd probably say about an hour. Say that I had to give an educated guess. I think we'll be hearing within the next couple of hours or so. But that red helmet in the suitcase, I think we can talk a little Easter eggs right here, folks. Is that a hint? When the COO of the organization is dropping this, I have a feeling that all hope might not be lost. And if so, folks, how much of an asshole of the organization would that be? Like, you have Josh Allen with his commercial with the New Era Hat Company. He had that red helmet telephone right next to him. Now the COO of our organization is throwing it right in front of our faces in his suitcase. I feel like not all hope is lost, man. All right, guys, listen, as many of you know, I have been starting to structure my show where I want to hear from everybody in Bills Mafia. And for the past couple of months, I've definitely done my best to make sure that I answer everybody in the chat. However, I have taken it the extra mile. I have launched the Garage Beer Hotline, powered by Garage Beer, beer taste and beer. All right, shout out Garage Beer, to institute a hotline where anybody that has anything on their mind pertaining to the Buffalo Bills now has an opportunity to call in to the show and tell me their mind pertaining to the Buffalo Bills. So what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to drop the call-in link for anybody that would like to call in, say what's up, and what is going on within their mind when it comes to the Buffalo Bills. And we can start chatting it up, man. Let's go on ahead. Feel free. Do not be shy. Just hit that link at the top of the chat. Call in, and let's talk a little bit of Buffalo Bills football as veterans have began to show up. Man, I am feeling it right now. We have Raymond has come in from Facebook, and he is saying, if they like money, they will bring back the red helmet. First caller of the day, Dwayne. How you doing, man?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Hey, man, living the dream, trying to. How about yourself?
Red helmet, huh? Hard.
I hope so. So I really hope so, man. So yesterday I had Zach on from Trainwreck Sports, and he said that from what he heard, it was not going to be the red helmet, it was going to be a white and a silver logo, but I'm still holding on to hope.
Yeah, but who does he know?
He knows somebody. So he didn't tell me his exact source, but I do trust Zach. So I'm not gonna say that he's bullshitting or anything like that. You know what I mean?
You know, this team's management is all about smoke bombs all
Some
over the
smoke
place.
screens, maybe, you know? Some smoke screens indeed.
This would be a
What's go-
smoke bomb.
That's what I'm talking about, man. What's going on with you? How you doing?
Oh, not much. Heck, just another freaking day. Nice and sunny here in Buffalo, New York. We're about to hit the 80s and 90s this week again. So, how is it for you?
Oh man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm just trying to prep for tomorrow since I'm gonna have to give the play-by-play for training camp and just lock in. So Dwayne, I gotta ask you, man, we have training that are unanswered to this point. What are you going to be looking for at training camp tomorrow? What are your favorite storylines going into it?
I think a big storyline is obviously going to be number two cornerback.
Okay.
Um, is who's going to win that battle? Because I
Okay.
think it is going to be a battle for moment one. And I think a big story to be told right now is our defensive line. We
Mm-hmm.
either have a silly injury going on, and on top of that, two players that we brought in that have suspensions till week 6.
Mm-hmm.
So our defensive line are going to be going through some battles too. Um,
I know.
Bosa's here, but he is going to be out till week 6 again? Week 6,
Um,
week 7, week 8?
from what I understand with Bosa, he had a calf injury during OTAs. I haven't heard if that's extending into training camp. I could be wrong. Um, but no, man, listen, when it comes into that defensive line, that is a massive question mark for me as well. Because right out of all the additions we added, right? So we have two guys that are suspended, like you said. And then yesterday, when I had Thigh Doctor on the show, we started looking at Landon Jackson,
Mm,
where he started bringing up
that's minor though.
concerns. Yeah. But like he started bringing up concerns as far as his longevity in the league, since he's already had like 3 ACL tears. He had some neck issue or something along those lines. But let's hope that he can develop quickly and be a short term solution to what our problem was on the defensive line. Um, Same thing with Deion Walker. Like, what is his development going to look like going into 2025? We need this defensive line to finally end up stepping up to where it needs to be, because that's the exclusive position that Sean McDermott has not shown that he can develop and make a key piece to our strategy.
Is there anything on the offense that scares you going in this season?
Um, Not particularly. As far as the offensive line, one thing I think Bills fans don't often think about is that we were lucky as all hell that we were not only one of the most productive offensive lines, but we were also one of the healthiest offensive lines in the NFL last year.
Yeah, for finally had a year where we were.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, while I feel good about our depth, at the exact same time, I'm like, can we hang our hat on that? Is that unrealistic expectations? Are we going into the season thinking that we are going to have the same luck on the offensive line? But
Is Kincaid going to step up? Is one of our new wide receivers going to step up?
is Kincaid going to
There's
step
still a
up?
lot of
Exactly.
ifs.
Exactly, man. So it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. And what makes it even more exciting for myself is that now we get to understand all of the interworkings once Hard Knocks drops next Tuesday. It, it's a great time to be a Bills fan, Dwayne.
Before I go, you want to tell everybody what's going on with the AFC East Roundtable and the game you're coming to, along with a bunch of other people?
For sure. For sure. So, folks, myself and the AFC East Roundtable, we are coming to Buffalo week 3, Bills versus Dolphins. We have secured tailgate tickets. We are planning on announcing that on Wednesday on how to collect those for anybody that would like to meet us. And it's going to be a hell of a time, man. It's going to be a hell of a time. I think we actually have 2 tickets left because somebody had to bail. So I think we have a couple of tickets left for anybody that does want to join us. We did secure seats in the Caesar Sportsbook Lounge. So if anybody's intrigued, we will be announcing that on Wednesday as well.
By the way, what's the name of the bar that you're going to be at for Wednesday night?
Yeah. So it's Southern Tier Brewing. So we were only able to secure a small room. I think it's like 25 or something along those lines.
Well, Mike
However,
and
we
I will
still will
be
be
there.
hanging out. Oh, yeah, most definitely. I sincerely hope that you guys are. But Southern Tier Brewing the night before the game. If you wanted to meet myself, Zbot, TD, Rico from Buffalo Fanatics, we will all be there indeed. Dwayne, you the man,
Is
dude.
Colby coming or Richie?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
They're both coming.
So the both of them are coming as well, man. We have a star-studded casts.
It's gonna be fun to see TD again, man. I really have a lot of respect for that family, man.
Oh man, he's the man indeed. Dwayne, I sincerely appreciate you, brother.
All right, I'm out of here, man. Thanks for everything.
See you,
Peace.
man. Have a good one. Oh man, we got a new face in the chat. Bryce.
What's
What's going
up,
on,
man?
man?
What's up, Dan?
Oh man, I'm chilling. How about yourself?
I can't complain. It's a good day. New helmets releasing today. I can't be mad.
I know, right?
I
So what are
mean,
you hoping for, man? Because yesterday when I was like trying to express how I was disappointed about it potentially not being so the red helmet,
yeah.
what's your take on that? So like what would you hope that it would be?
Dude, I hope it's the red helmets 1,000%. I mean, that's what I
Hope so.
want. Like, I
Right?
don't think any Bills fan doesn't want the red helmets, but
Exactly.
I'm mentally preparing myself if it's not the red helmets. So
For sure.
I love the concept of the Nickel City Nike rivalries jerseys, which
It's
is
sick.
what I imagined when they said they were going with a silver white helmet
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
But definitely I want the red helmets. I'd also be happy if they want to throw us a curveball and throw us the blue helmets. I mean, they
Mhm.
haven't even given us a teaser for those ones.
I
Yeah,
know.
Nickel City, those are
It's a,
tough.
indeed.
Like
Indeed, right there.
those
Like,
like oh my goodness, those are so hard.
so from what I understood, I guess like we're gonna be getting a uniform for the Nike rivalries and then just a standard alternate. Right in an
Okay.
ideal world, would absolutely love red for the alternate, which is worn like 2 or 3 times a year, and then that to be what we end up donning on week 3.
Yeah.
Like,
That'd be sick.
so I'd waste an entire paycheck on merchandise that would look like
Oh
this.
yeah, a
I'm not
thousand
even lying to
percent.
you.
1,000%. I mean, literally, I feel really confident about our season in general. I mean, I like how we pretty much only drafted defense, pretty much, for the most part.
Yeah.
But I'm really upset about Landon Jackson. Is he still injured?
Um, so officially right now he's still on the pup list. Based off of interviews, it sounds like he thinks he'll be ready to practice this week. Yesterday I had Thigh Doctor on from Buffalo Fanatics, and like we sort of pointed out like what the issue was. Um, so dude's had 3 ACL injuries, had 2 in high school, had 1 in college, and then last year he had some sort of neck procedure. So not a surgery, but like he had some sort of injections, and then he aggravated his back during a pass rushing summit.
Mm,
I highly doubt that like he was in pads and was actually going at 100%. So if he's aggravating his back in something where like he's in shorts and a t-shirt and he's just like making some demonstrations for young kids, it's something that worries me,
yeah,
right?
right.
But say that I had to give an educated guess, I think he will be out there, but I just pray that he's not going to aggravate anything, because if so, then he's going to take the exact same path as Cole Bishop last year, where he misses all of training camp, and then Sean McDermott is just not going to use him until maybe week 10, week 11. And if
Right.
that's the
And
case, what's the point?
right, exactly. And that was a big thing too, because I was super excited about Nick Bosa, but also on the other hand, I was like, the guy can't stay healthy. I
No.
mean, I'm just, and he already has an injury, and haven't even started training camp yet. So I'm just thinking like, okay, he'll be available for our first. He'll give us a good start to the season on the D line, and then he's gonna
Yeah.
be out for the rest of the season.
So to be honest with you, man, I would almost prefer it to be the opposite, where like he's just full ready to go. He's fully healthy by week 10 on into the playoffs.
Right.
Because
I would be
really,
happy if Sean McDermott just sat him throughout the whole season and then
Yeah.
played them in playoffs and just like kept them safe and like in
Right?
a bubble. Like
Yeah.
if we could do that, I'll be happy. I mean,
So right within this day, man, look, like I know Sean McDermott certainly gets his flack for some of his head coaching positions, but like he's an absolute genius, especially when it comes into secondary. Same thing with linebackers, etc. But the defensive line has been the stain on his resume. Like we have
mhm,
yet to ever have a quality defensive line in his tenure, and
yeah,
many would argue that that's so the missing piece of why we haven't been able to get over the hump. So my
right.
fingers are crossed, and I'm really hoping that our sentiments are on the exact same page.
Oh yeah, I definitely think so. But panning back to like the jerseys, I was first thinking that if they were gonna go new helmet, they were gonna bring in uh different jerseys as well. So before they confirmed anything, I like at first had a thought like, what if they brought back the navy jerseys with the red
Oh
helmet
no, bro.
for the
No, not
farewell
those.
season?
Not those, man. Oh, dude.
Even though they're ugly, but just for the farewell season, bring it back.
Yeah, most definitely. So like and so one season with that absolute eyesore.
Yeah.
Uh so my first jersey was actually one of those and was Eric Moulds. And so I had an
Oh,
Eric Moulds
oh
absolutely.
no.
So the Navy atrocity that they like rolled out there in the early 2000s.
Oh my gosh.
Say that Bills Mafia like so would riot for sure, but I'd still be okay if, say, for example, that like we just brought it back for like 1 week and then
Yeah.
just burned it and never thought about it again.
Yeah. Oh, I do want to ask you a question though. What do you
Mhm.
think about Keon Coleman's upcoming season? I know a lot of people are saying that he's gonna have a big old breakout season, but I want to ask
Yeah.
man to man.
Um, so I think Keon Coleman was never really drafted to be a wide receiver number one. I think that he was drafted to be a Gabe Davis replacement. And then with Stephon Diggs forcing his way out, like he was almost forced to potentially be that guy. What I think for Keon Coleman is that like he's like a massive target. He's quality right in the sort of red zone. And for some reason, we didn't really utilize him a lot there last year. And I really am anticipating that his numbers, specifically in touchdowns, are going to increase. As far as his yardage, I think it'll probably be around the same. Like
Mm,
last year, say that he didn't miss about 4 games, he probably would have finished, I'd say, with about like 700. Say that
yeah.
you were to incorporate his game by game averages. So I think that he's just going to be that like one role player that Brady likes to implement for all wide receivers on this roster. So we have Shakir, who's our yak guy, solid route runner. So now we have that speed guy with Elijah Moore. We have another route runner with Josh Palmer. And then now that Keon Coleman is not going to be forced to do something that I think he's just not capable of being, he's going to have a wonderful season, but it's going to be massive right in the touchdown category. And that's where we need him, man. Like some big
Yeah.
body guy that can go down and win physically against physical DBs. I'm
Mm-hmm.
super optimistic.
Yeah, I think he's going to have an insanely good season as well as Curtis Samuel. I'm high on the Curtis Samuel train. And I know,
Curtis, dude,
yeah,
yes.
yes, I'm
Oh man,
so
I've been
high on him,
brainwashing
bro.
you, bro. I've been brainwashing you with Curtis Samuel, haven't I?
Yeah, you have, but I'm like, I'll
I've been
watch your videos.
brainwashing you, man.
I'll watch your
Uh,
videos. I'm like, okay, hold on. You get me hyped for Curtis Samuel. So,
Dude, Curtis, man. Like, I feel like you and I are one of the few that are still high on Curtis Samuel, but hopefully we're right,
right,
man. Hopefully we're right on Curtis. You know what I mean?
right.
He's
I
got the
think he's gonna have such a
intangibles.
good season.
He's got the intangibles. He's got the speed. It's an exciting time to be a Buffalo Bills fan. Bryce, I appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you so much.
Hey man, take it easy. Big fan.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Shout out Bryce calling in, showing a little bit of love. We got Charles backstage. Charles, how you doing, man? Talk to me.
Hey, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, brother. How you doing?
Okay. Um, I just want to give my opinion on about the red helmets. My
Okay.
opinions on the red, my opinions on the red helmets is this: we went to the Super Bowl 4 times with the red helmet. Without the
Okay.
red helmets, we haven't went to the Super Bowl once. I think
Ah,
the stars are aligning. We should bring the red helmets back. Their last season, we got the fifth easiest schedule right now. All the
Okay.
stars are aligning. All we need right now is the red helmets because all the stars are aligning.
So
Kansas
we
City
got
is
to
not
try
going to be
something.
Kansas
So we
City's
got
not
to
going to
try
be that
something.
great this year
Yeah,
because
dude, listen,
the Chargers have beefed up, the Broncos have beefed up. They're not going to win 11 games by one score this year.
oh,
All the stars are aligning.
So you and I are on the same page with that because a lot of people don't acknowledge how difficult it was for Kansas City to win that many games by one score. That was a statistical anomaly.
Yeah,
It's not something that happens as often as that,
they
especially with
barely
an
beat the
offense.
Panthers.
And so especially with an offense that averaged about 19 points per game.
Right.
I have made the mistake, Charles, of counting out the Kansas City Chiefs for the past 3 to 4 years. So just to save my reputation, I'm going to try and just wait. But once we start to see them take that downward spiral, I will be their biggest hater. I promise you that. But I agree, man. Listen, final year in the stadium. Let's do the right thing and bring back a nod to history. As long as we stay far away from those early 2000s jerseys, we're fine.
That is true, but our last season, we have to go out on a high note.
I agree. Oh my God, man. Listen, so yesterday was and so I was on X. And so I saw somebody post something. Imagine and the Buffalo Bills open their brand new stadium and we hang a Super Bowl banner. That's something I
Perfect.
feel like Bills fans deserve. That's
That
something I
first
feel like
home
we
game
deserve.
would be epic. The first home game in a new stadium with that Super Bowl banner, that would be an epic game.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, I agree with you. Charles, let's hope that in
Now,
just a couple of hours we end up seeing that the red helmet is announced. But tomorrow we have the official start to training camp as far as with the first practice. What are you looking for specifically? Like what storylines are you going to be paying attention to?
um, just everybody being healthy, 100% everybody being healthy. Everyone that can be healthy. I'm also
Absolutely.
hoping for Michael Hoyt and Larry Ogunjobi
Let's hope.
who learn as much as they can. I know they're going to be suspended for 6 games, but
Yeah.
learn as much as the playbook as you can during this time right now before you get your suspension.
And so what's
Learn whatever you
ideal
can.
is that what's ideal is that they are both veterans. So I
Yeah.
imagine that it should be pretty easy to plug and play. And we'll see. And we'll see,
Yeah.
man. But listen,
I
I
do
am
have
absolutely thrilled.
I
Football's
do
back,
have
Charles, man. Our patience has been rewarded.
I do have one question for you real quick.
Sure.
Who do you think is going to make a bigger dent in the offense? Do you think it's going to be Ray Davis or you think it's going to be Joshua Palmer? Now, I know
Oh.
they're not going to be like the main people. They're not.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I saw Ray Davis do some incredible stuff last year. I've heard
Mhm.
a lot of good things about Joshua Palmer. Now, I know
Mhm.
James Cook and Khalil Shakur are going to be like the main people as far as wide receiver and running back.
Yeah.
But I think Ray Davis, I was a fan of his ever since, his college when I saw the highlights of him in his college. And I've heard a lot of good stuff about Joshua Palmer. Which one of those two do you think are going to make a bigger secondary impact on the offense?
So I'm a big Ray Davis guy. I was thrilled when we drafted him a few years ago. And one thing that never really made sense to me was that we didn't really utilize Ray Davis in goal line situations and also in the red zone to get those very
Yeah,
hard and short yardage situations. Say that the tush push were to be banned, Charles. Like my answer probably would have been Ray Davis. Uh,
yes,
because I feel like that's why you use a running back like that. He's strong, very athletic, has great contact balance. He's like your number one guy that you would want to hand the ball off to in short yardage situations. But since the
exactly.
tush push is still legal, while I think Ray Davis's touches are going to increase, I still think James Cook will probably see the majority of the snaps, like maybe a little bit more for Ray. But Palmer is going to be a piece where I think he fills in the responsibility of what Amari Cooper should have been for the Buffalo Bills last year.
Correct.
last year with Amari Cooper, man, like it was just wildly unfortunate. See, I think that if he didn't get hurt against Seattle, I think that he would have had a much better season. And like we would have been talking about, oh my God, we need to bring him back in 2025. But unfortunately, that's just how the cards fell to us, because his first 2 games with Buffalo, he was learning the playbook. And then once he was finally ramped up on the playbook, he gets hurt in Seattle. He should have gotten a wrist surgery. He elected not to and played through the season. But this year with Joshua Palmer, I have a strong feeling that he's going to threaten. I'd say like he'll probably finish like second in targets this year. Say that I'm a gambling man. Like his ability to separate is bar none.
Well, I also think
it's crazy.
Joshua Palmer had the whole offseason to learn the playbook, where Amari Cooper came in right during the middle of the season. So he really didn't have time. He didn't have the offseason to learn the playbook. Where Joshua Palmer has the whole offseason to learn the playbook.
Exactly. So we'll see, man. Listen, I am going to be watching all of these highlights that come out of camp, and I sincerely hope that you join me tomorrow morning, because I'm going to be giving you play-by-play at training camp all morning long, my friend.
Oh, every day. Go Bills.
Hey, Charles, I appreciate you, man. You enjoy the rest of your day. Go Bills. Shout out Charles, man. Shout out Charles. That's my guy. Tommy! What's going on, man?
Charles ain't lying, by the way, about the red helmets. I saw comments in your show yesterday. I went back and read some of your comments, and I was surprised. A lot of people were like, F the red helmets, F the red helmets. Who cares about the red? I'm like, damn, maybe I was wrong. Maybe Bills Mafia don't care for the red helmets, but
it's polarizing.
What do you think? You think it's a mixed opinion on the red helmets, or you think it's more Bills Mafia wants the red helmets back?
So I'd say it's with the younger generation hates the red.
Okay.
And I'd probably say people that like grew up watching the Bills in the 90s are like wanting the red to come back. Some people are superstitious and they say, oh no, we lost 4 straight Super Bowls with the red helmets. Why would we do that? But then Charles, he brings up a great point and he says, hey, we made it to 4 straight Super Bowls with the red helmet.
Right.
It's from a business perspective. And like you and I, like we chopped this up yesterday at Tad. It's like, it's the last year in the stadium. Bring back nostalgia. And nothing screams nostalgia like what we're looking at on screen right now with that beautiful red. And like I said, dude, like why in the hell would the COO of the Buffalo Bills post that picture? Why would they post Allen right next to and then the COO of the Buffalo Bills packing a red helmet right in his suitcase and not announce the red helmet? That would just be absolutely fucking cruel.
Right. But I did tell you yesterday when I was on here with you, I did say the Bills like to mess around with Bills Mafia at times. They'd like to do that. I don't know why.
I know.
But that's why I was kind of like you're sort of the train wreck guy. I get it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sure he has the sources, but the Bills, like I said, the Bills like to do this stuff at times to fool fans, to trick fans. By the way, Brandon Bean 1 year said we ain't going to spend shit and went out and signed Von Miller and spent a bunch of money. So I don't always go with what, you know what I mean? So they like to do that. But by the way, real quick, is this the jersey you're talking about?
That is the exact jersey I'm talking about. That is the exact jersey of it. Was my first one. It was my first one when I was like 7 years old. I got it. And so I was feeling myself with it. And somebody's in the chat's like, we have to bring back the 2007 jerseys or the 2006. I'm like, no, I'm good.
I didn't
burn those to the ground. I'm okay.
I didn't hate them. I didn't like the white ones.
Oh,
the white and those were worse than the blue and red. The blue and red were okay, but I get it. They weren't the best. But yeah, man, training camp is here. Dan. So a couple things. I heard you talking about Curtis Samuel. So I didn't know you were big on Curtis Samuel. Listen, Curtis Samuel,
I'm a truther.
I was excited when we signed him, right? Yeah. But of course he had the turf toe thing. The only thing I would say is last year, I wish the Bills would have put him on the PUP early, sat him out the first half of the season, even potentially, and then put him out there when he was healthy. Turf toe is tough to come back from, or at least, to start the season with that injury. And I felt like we didn't really get to see the best of Curtis Samuel last season. So this season here, could be a special one for Curtis Samuel. It could be, because Curtis Samuel is a good player, like, you know, and he had some bad quarterbacks to work with, and the same with Elijah Moore, right? So we have a lot of quarterbacks right now on this team, or at least, receivers that work with some that had some bad quarterbacks. So I'm interested to see how Moore and Curtis Samuel do with a better quarterback. Obviously, one of the greatest in the league, in Josh Allen. So looking forward to that.
I think when it comes into Curtis Samuel, man, I think why I'm so optimistic is because I'm looking at the contract that we gave him, and I'm acknowledging the fact that we are contractually obligated to like root for this guy, because like we can't walk away with this guy so without like having terrible cap implications for him. And maybe I'm way too high on his one playoff performance against the Denver Broncos, and so I look at the player. He's still young, and he runs a 4.2, 4.3.
Yeah.
Like last year, when everybody in Bills Mafia was just like, oh my God, like we have no speed at the receiving position. Like we need a guy that runs a 4.2, 4.3. I'm like, that's Curtis Samuel. That is Curtis Samuel. And when I did a film recap of Curtis last year, 70 to 80% of his targets were behind the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
Like, we very rarely have that guy downfield where I think he's wildly dangerous. He creates crazy separation. It's just, I don't know whether or not that Joe Brady wasn't trying to be like on that creative level with him because he was trying to acknowledge the fact that he was recovering from his turf toe, or whether or not he just didn't know how to use them. But then when you reflect back to his best season in Carolina, that's when Joe Brady was his offensive coordinator. So
correct.
I know that he knows how to use him. So I'm kind of thinking, I'm like, you know, like he was just trying to baby step him into it because his turf toe was still bothering him. That's why he always ran out for those little wide receiver screens, and he hoped that he could like make a man miss or two. But like, dude, like he's wild. And like when it comes into that wide receiver room too, when Brady came out and said, I'm not a big believer in having a one true X, it's true. So when you watch this guy, like you have so many guys lining up, like right in the slot, right on the outside. I'm just really curious to see what he does with this receiving room, because last year, while it was effective, now I think we actually have the personnel as far as individual skill sets that's really going to take this offense to a level that we didn't even believe could improve in 25.
Yeah. I've been telling people, Dan, that this wide receiver room, I feel like is I know it's a hot take, but I think it's the best we've had for Josh Allen since we drafted Josh Allen, in my opinion. Yeah. Now, look, I get it. Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley, but we have a lot of different skill sets, like you just said, right? Before, we were a very small team, right? Gabe Davis was our biggest receiver. Now we got guys with height. We got guys with speed. We got slot guys. We have over the top guys in Elijah Moore now. We have gadget guys in Curtis Samuel who can actually, you know, if they use him right, can be a running back at times, can be a deep out, could be a slot. He could do a lot of different things. So I feel like this wide receiver group, if they come together and they have a good camp, Khalil Shakir, I mean, we have a lot of weapons. And if we do that, everybody eats mentality, and Joe Brady actually gets more creative with some of these players. And like you said, maybe he didn't open it up more for Curtis Samuel last year because of the injury, and he knew that he was kind of limited because you didn't really see any pop passes. You didn't see him getting by, you know, in a running back position. You didn't see the things he did in Carolina that he was effective. You didn't see that here in Buffalo. And like you said, Joe Brady was his OC over there. So he knows what he's capable of doing. We just didn't see that last season. I think the turf toe is why, or at least in my opinion, why you didn't see that from Curtis Samuel. And I'm hoping this year Joe Brady, you know, gets more creative and starts using these players' strengths to their, you know, to our advantage, right? So that's what I'm hoping for as far as Joe Brady goes in these wide receiver group, because you have a lot of different players with different skill sets that can really do some damage against defenses. So I'm excited to see this wide receiver room. I really am. I'm excited to see what Keon Coleman can do year 2. Look, Keon Coleman got a lot of slack, Dan, and I feel like Keon Coleman didn't deserve that, in my opinion. I was all on board to sign to draft Keon Coleman. I was all on board. I was actually one of the only ones. I felt like I was the only one. I was like, yo, I feel like Keon Coleman Yeah, Keon's our guy.
Yeah,
round
you saw
2.
him hurdle that guy in college, right? You were
Yeah.
yeah, you were
Well,
locked in.
I thought he needed some work, but I liked
Yeah.
his size, right? And we needed that, right? The physical type of receiver. And of course we knew he was a project kind of player. And I told everybody it's going to take probably 2 or 3 seasons before you really get to see the best of Keon Coleman. It's going to have to be a patience thing, kind of like Spencer Brown, right? Kind of like Dawson Knox. Dawson Knox was kind of a project type of player. He didn't really see a lot of action in college, right? Spencer Brown was a guy that transitioned to offensive line. Gregory Rousseau was, let's be real, Gregory Rousseau is a kind of a project player. So we draft a lot of these guys that take 2 or 3 seasons to really get them going. Now there's some that fail, and that's okay. But a lot of these guys are working out. So you got to credit the Bills coaches for these players. Like Spencer Brown, if you remember, people were hating on Spencer Brown for a couple seasons.
He was public
garbage.
Number 1. Yeah, dude, he was
him out of town.
Number 1 for a while. Like I just reflected back on 2 years of my streams, and where people were just like, "Get Spencer Brown off my damn team, man. He's a liability."
Right.
It's funny too. Like he was able to get over that back injury, and many thought that once he was going through those back issues, that his career was all but done. But some could argue that he's the best offensive lineman we have. Some could. I still think it's Dion, but still.
Dion, I think Dion is.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, Spencer Brown is right on his tail because let's be real, Dion. I love Dion Dawkins, but he's getting up there, right? And as far as age and how many seasons he's played so far, he was drafted in 2017, so he's been here a while, right? And Spencer Brown is younger, and I'll tell you who else too is our future too. Osiris Torrance. He has not even reached the ceiling yet. That's another guy that is just getting better and better and better. So another guy I wanted the Bills to draft. They drafted him. So our offensive line is looking really good. I would say the weak link is David Edwards, by the way. I think David Edwards, we need to figure a way to replace him, maybe by next season, if not this season, maybe.
It's the draft.
Depending on what happens in camp.
It's the draft. I have a feeling that we'll probably end up like targeting an interior offensive lineman like 2nd or 3rd round next year. You got to. You got to. And you know what? If you do that, then you can finally have a guy that's there long-term next to Dawkins. That's one thing Dawkins hasn't had is a guy next to him for more than now it's going to be 2 seasons, right? With David Edwards, and now David Edwards is probably gone after that. So I feel for Dion, but I'm excited, bro. I'm excited about this camp. I'm excited to see what the rookies and the 2nd-year players do in camp if they could take a step forward. And preseason is going to be fun to watch, Dan. I'm going to tell you right now, you get a lot of guys competing for position battling. So it's going to be real interesting. But yeah, man, I know you got other people to get to, man. So I appreciate you having me on, brother. For sure, man. Guys, you are about to be seeing a lot more of Tommy, especially this season. Go check out his channel. Buffalo fan base does a great job. Mafia Sports Report. Have no fear. You are going to be seeing quite a bit of him this season. Tommy, I appreciate you, brother.
Hey, I appreciate you too. Go Bills.
Go Bills. Yes, sir. Shout out Tommy. Shout out Tommy in here. He's doing his thing. Dirty Dan backstage.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Bills. What's up, man? You driving right now?
No, I'm just sitting in the car.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? What's on your mind today?
A couple things. So first things first, I got a hot take. I think we go with the blue helmet.
The blue. Listen, man, I would not be upset with that whatsoever. I would not be upset with the blue helmet at all, especially since we've been getting so many smoke screens with the red. You start off with the Josh Allen commercial with the red phone and the COO comes out. I would be completely happy. But say that we ran with that silver logo and the white, I feel like that's a little lackluster, and it's not really scratching my itch. Say that you know what I mean.
It doesn't go with the team's colors at all.
It doesn't.
Not even the concept.
No, not at all. So a blue helmet is what you're thinking.
Yes. I feel like it's something new, and we were getting a new stadium. It just makes too much sense.
Man, well, you know what? It's going to be good because we're going to be getting the official announcement, I would say, here in probably an hour or so. And they just keep teasing us with the announcement, but we'll see. What else is on your mind about training camp, man? Like, what are you going to be watching for tomorrow when all the news break?
I'm looking forward to watching Keon Coleman and Kincaid because those two have the most to prove,
Mm-hmm.
and it's what our offense is relying on. We're relying on them to take another step forward,
I know.
and if not, hopefully Allen can carry the load, but something we'll have to find out and see.
So it's got to be that, or it's got to be Palmer, or maybe it's got to be Elijah Moore, right? Like maybe like somebody else, like one clear weapon needs to finally step up and put it out. But I'm still optimistic about Dalton Kincaid, man. Like I do understand that like he had that knee injury that he played through after the Colts game. And I do know that like he was getting doubled quite often, and him and Josh sort of had a hard time being on the same page as far as chemistry, but I haven't given up on him completely. But I probably will have my answer on what I think about Dalton Kincaid relatively soon. I'd probably give it to about week 5, right until I have a good gut feeling of what I'm anticipating from the player.
Another hot take: if Kincaid doesn't perform this year, I think we trade him and we keep Knox.
Interesting. Hey, dude. Dude, man, we're gonna have to see, man. I love all these
And
hot
then
takes.
one more thing before I get out. So I was
Yeah.
watching the roundtable,
Uh-huh.
and I was watching them kind of disrespect our linebacking crew.
I know.
Because
And I didn't
I
have
think
the
it
energy,
was
man. I didn't have the energy to fight
I
back.
think it was Richie. He like came back on himself because he was talking about how we had the injuries and this and that, and that's why we wouldn't be good. But then Sauce didn't perform last year, but now he's expecting him to return to year 1, year 2 Sauce.
Yep. Exactly. It's
You gotta
definitely a
keep
lot
the
of
same energy
hypocrisy.
with all the groups.
It's definitely a lot of hypocrisy for sure. I am still confident that Bernard and Milano, when healthy, are one of the best linebacker duos in the league. And I just hope that they both can indeed stay healthy, because once both of them are out, it seems like our defense just goes down a very dark path. But I'm still optimistic with our linebacker room, and we will show the rest of the AFC East who truly owns that position. I can promise you that.
All right, thank you for answering my questions.
Dan, you the man, dude. You enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to you calling in again soon. Thank you,
You
brother.
too, bro. Thank you.
Peace. Dirty Dan, 716. That's my guy, man. He's calling me from the job, baby. I like that. You know, it's funny because I have heard that the vast majority of you sort of watch me during your workday. I'm so glad that I am able to be some white noise in the background for you. You know, something that makes the workday go by a little faster, man. I am feeling it. Last caller on the Garage Beer Hotline of the day. Matthew, how you doing, man? Talk to me.
Damn, we got like a hell lot of new callers today.
Dude, you know what? It is the season, and people are pumped about the Buffalo Bills, man. You know
I'm
what?
like,
Like, we
I'm
have the
sitting like,
day
okay,
one
I'm being
caller,
next.
Matt.
I'm being next. I'm like, damn, testing my
Yeah.
patience. Luckily,
No.
Dan knows I'm a Bills fan, so I got a hell lot of patience. So,
Dude, have no fear, man. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
hey, I'm loving it. New callers, I'm loving it. But I can't wait. We got training camp. We got new helmet. I'm excited.
I know, man. Look, you know, right now I'm just sitting here patiently waiting
I
and see
know.
what the helmet is going to be. I also want to see clips of the players walking into the facility. And tomorrow is where the real
Yeah,
game is. And
yeah,
tomorrow is the real game where we have some substance to discuss.
yeah. During the stream, I kept on refreshing Twitter. Or like, okay, someone gonna say something. I keep searching Bill's alternate helmet. Any new articles? Anything? I mean,
Oh,
hopefully get that.
hey. All right. Listen, sorry to interrupt you. Folks. So it
Hooray!
shouldn't be breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, but we will break it anyway. James Cook will report to Bills training camp. Everyone's probably saying, Dan, we already knew that. But let me tell you what, all of the haters, right, that have been wanting to prey on the Buffalo Bills downfall may have not been as plugged into the Buffalo Bills news world. Now we can officially say that the James Cook contract issue is all but resolved, at least for the most part. And he plans on coming to camp. He is reporting to camp. He will be a participant. All of the potential dramas that we were fearing that we would see during HBO's Hard Knocks are no longer a concern. It is official, folks. The long off season of James Cook potentially holding out is done. Cook is here.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's good. That is good. That lifts a giant weight off of my shoulder, my friend. Chat, just do me a favor and hit that like button if you are pumped that James Cook has come and reported to camp. Go ahead.
Where do you think the coming offer? But that's my hot take. James Cook is going to go off this year. He knows he needs a bag, so.
Oh yeah.
Luckily,
Dude,
he'll get a bag and the Super Bowl ring. So
it's not particularly a bad thing. So for putting that chip on his shoulder for the upcoming year, because he understands it's either going to be the Buffalo Bills that are going to give him a contract or another team. And it's all based off of his production, is whether or not that he's going to get close to that $15 million a year mark where he is sort of like looking for or aiming for. So it's good news, Bills Mafia. It is good news. Smash that like button.
Dan,
go ahead.
Who's the highest paid? Because I think Saquon has like 11 million. Does anyone have in the 15 million range?
Saquon. Oh yeah, Saquon's like 20, and then 20. Derrick Henry is. So McCaffrey's at 19 a year. 19. I think Saquon's at 20.
Okay.
Next highest paid, I want to say, is Jonathan Taylor, and he's at
14.
Okay.
I don't know why. I thought he was at someone's at 11 million. I have 11 million running backs stuck in my head for some reason, but yeah, I think I'm looking good. Big season with Keon Coleman, Dawson Knox, Don Kincaid. My DKs, they're gonna go off. I got a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. We got the best running back room in the AFC East. Ty Johnson, James Cook, let James Cook, baby. And Ray Davis. Big season from them.
Yeah.
And then what do you think the chances are Josh Allen repeating as MVP? Or is that slim to none?
So I'd say it's a good chance, right? Because now, you can make the argument that his receiving room is much improved, that he's getting the exact same offensive line that made him the least sacked quarterback in the NFL. It just depends. For me, I'm not so much concerned about a back-to-back MVP, more so to where I'm concerned about us actually making it to Santa Clara for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at. Say that Josh does not win that award this year, I'm not going to particularly be upset, especially if, for example, it's more of like a team thing and we ultimately end up just booking a one-way ticket right to Santa Clara, man. I would be living large if that was the case.
2 more things and then I'll let you go, but
sure.
More important, we got to go to the Super Bowl before the Ravens, before Lamar Jackson. We got to solidify Josh Allen as the second best all-time quarterback in this league.
Yeah.
Right now. Not all time, but because it's a battle of second place. I've been saying it. Battle of second place. Who's gonna get there first? Lamar or what's his name? Josh Allen. So those two.
It's him or Lamar, man. Who makes it? Who makes it first?
I feel we could beat anyone. We could beat anyone except the Chiefs in the playoffs. But we're gonna pray someone does a miracle and does the dirty work for us.
It's gonna happen this year, man. It's gonna happen.
The second thing I forgot what I was gonna say, so who cares?
All right, Matthew. You enjoy the rest of your day, man. I appreciate you calling in.
Yep.
Appreciate you calling in, brother. Shout out to Matthew for always being a caller on the Garage Beer Hotline, folks. Beer tasting beer. Go check out Garage Beer, man. I can promise you that. It will be your new favorite. Man, if Bean pays Cook for 1 year of elite touchdown production, we will never win a Super Bowl. Mafia Sports Report, Tommy. Ray Davis will be RB1 in 2026, and the Bills will draft Cook's replacement in 2026 that will sit behind Davis. That's largely what I think as well. However, somebody brought up something in my X mentions earlier, and I can't confirm this, But according to my boy Chase Williams, and shout out Chase if you are watching, he says that Thurman Thomas is claiming that Cook is getting paid during training camp. Also, good Hard Knock storyline. I'm with you on this take, but I bet they work a deal with him. So according to Thurman Thomas, he is under the impression that the Bills will indeed extend James Cook. Now, why this could be a benefit, and not particularly because we're bringing him back as a player, but right now the Buffalo Bills don't have very many funds, especially after we agreed to terms with TJ Sanders, our second-round pick. I think Spot Track has us over the cap. I think over the cap has us like super low as well. No one knows how much money we truly have, but I think we can all agree that we are flirting way too close to zero. Like it or not, an extension for James Cook would probably create close to about, I think, $3 to $4 million this year, because he's set to make $5 million in salary right now. And if you were to extend James Cook, then you could easily put his base salary to the vet minimum of right around 1.2 and convert all of that into a signing bonus split evenly against the cap for how long his deal is. So for a short-term cap fix, and for us to have the opportunity of potentially making a move for a player during the trade deadline, say, for example, we need to, I could see it. It's not particularly because we want Cook long-term, because again, like we've talked about this several times, when you have a quarterback that is a dual threat, that is equally efficient in both sides of the game, a star-studded RB1 is not particularly necessary. But we shall see. If James Cook is indeed extended during training camp, folks, I can guarantee you it's going to be largely because we're trying to create some additional cap this year. Because we do need to create a bit more money, especially if injuries like happen somewhere like near. So the middle of the season, we are going to need to have some funds to potentially be some spenders. Yo, Dan, are you going to stream when the helmet comes out? Please, I am not going to miss an opportunity of when the Buffalo Bills ultimately end up launching that helmet, man. Yes, sir. Bean has never signed a running back past their rookie contract. It's true. It's true. That's why I'm not particularly seeing it. Hasn't happened, man. Darth has come in. Dan, quit being a little tease. Announce the red helmets. Dude, listen, I wish I had the inside scoop. I don't know. All we can do, okay, is just look at the Easter eggs that have been dropped, and we'll see. We will see. If we had the money, maybe. Dan, please check my Discord message and Mike message, please. Repeat at the end of the show. Got to go. I got you, man. Extend McGovern and get the same response for CAP. We have Matthew. He's gulping in the chat, man. He's gulping in the chat. That is crazy. Bills haven't signed a running back long-term since Thurman Thomas. Go look at the Bills' history at the running back. It's true. It's just not a part of the Buffalo Bills' supposed DNA. No red helmets. Horn is coming in. Hey. And my boy Tommy over here, man. He's doing his thing. No red helmets. Question, why should Bean sign Cook to an extension when you have two other really good backs waiting to take more snaps, especially Ray Davis? And so, again, I don't see him extending him. I don't. But say that there is a world where we do, I think it's largely going to be a short-term fix to our current cap space rather than just wanting to lock him down as a player. That's my take, at least. That's my take, at least. But anyway, folks, that's going to have to do it for another edition of the Mafia Report, folks. I am live Monday through Friday, twice a day. Normally at 10 a.m. EST, Monday through Friday, and then right in the afternoons, I think it's closer to about 6 p.m. EST or 5. Yeah, who knows? As long as you just hit the bell notification, folks, you will know when I am live. I plan on being live the second that the Bills red helmet gets announced, and then also for my third stream right of the evening. And then tomorrow is the big day where I am going to be streaming likely for about 3 to 4 hours. I'm going to be giving you the play-by-play of everything that happens at training camp. So if you haven't already, please do me a favor. hit that thumbs up sign, subscribe, and turn on bell notifications. And I will see you later this afternoon. Let's cross our fingers and hope for the best for those damn red helmets. See y'all soon. Peace.